good morning. Are you sitting at home wondering, how can I get more healthy as a woman over 50? Today is your special day. So stay tuned. Let's go.
If you can get through that, you can get through anything, okay? And at that moment, I knew my life would change forever.
Hello, how you doing? Yes. Can we all just stand up really quick because you've been sitting for a minute? Can we all stand up, move our legs around? I am Tina. Otherwise...
Meet Tina, stars Tina Wilson, a beacon of hope and transformation for women over 40. As a licensed life and health coach, Tina specializes in empowering those who have faced life's toughest challenges.
Here's the edge of their seat. So when someone says, Tina, how did you do? I'm going to say, I had them at the edge of their seat.
Drawing from her personal triumphs over tragedy, Tina guides women on a transformative journey. Her unique approach is grounded in the 5 pillars of transformation: mindset, heart set, nutrition, fitness, and resilience. Tina's mind, body, and soul awakening program isn't just about surviving, it's about thriving. Through her online fitness boutique studio, she merges physical well-being with emotional growth. As an international motivational speaker, Tina's voice resonates across continents. She inspires and educates through her podcast, her dynamic presence on platforms like Clubhouse and Toastmasters International, and her compelling storytelling. Celebrating her latest achievement, the publication of her first book, No More Traumedy, Tina continues to leave a lasting mark in the art of transformation.
I said I need to make a book for anyone who's had some type of trauma or tragedy, because there's no playlist. People don't like to talk about it. Remember, I was with my coach and I'm like, well, this person's got a cool thing. They do motivation. They do finances. I talk about traumedy. That's not cute. He's like, Tina, you make traumedies look good.
Yeah.
Tina, stars Tina Wilson, transforming lives by overcoming one traumedy at a time.
Hey, happy day. I'm so excited to be here today. And if it's your first time, I want to welcome you to the Stars Tina Show. Now, every single time you come to this show, you know what's going to happen. You're going to come through and I'm going to bring you the motivation, because I am that motivated person. Let me tell you guys, I had an amazing class today in yoga. I don't know if she was trying to kill us or what, but I am here and I'm excited. So once we motivate you, that's great. But we all know that motivation doesn't last, right? When you leave that class, when you stop watching that video, it's not there. So the second thing you're going to get when you come to this show is inspiration. I'm going to dig deep into your heart and find out what your why is, so it can inspire you to make all your dreams come true. So it's great to have that motivation, that inspiration. But lastly, it's transformation. Oh, baby, I love the transformation. So I do want to welcome you all. And today, oh my goodness, I am so excited because we've got some special guests on here. As you guys know, I moved to Florida in July. I'm a Jersey girl. I'll always be a Jersey girl because we don't have to pump gas. I don't understand this pumping gas life. I can't tell you how many times I almost ran out of gas because I just don't want to pump the gas. But anyway, back to the point. Before I moved to Florida, I made a decision, because I always feel you have to move to grow. If you want to be a better individual, no matter what it is in life, your relationships, your finances, your career, you have to make a big change, an uncomfortable change. And I made the decision when I came here. I said, okay, Tina, there's a few things that you have to find. The first one was a church. I had to find a church that I felt comfortable with. I had to find a running club. I had to find a gym, and I wanted to find a Toastmasters group. It's all about community for me, right? And I believe it was December, maybe the end of November, I found Crossover Church. And if you see on the bottom of the screen, I think it's going to start scrolling there. On the bottom of the screen, Crossover Church is the church that I absolutely fell in love with as soon as I walked in the door. I don't know if it's the energy, because you guys know I have this energy moving like this, right? I am always going. And what can I say? I fell in love with it. And this Saturday, my church is having a health and wellness summit. And I had the pleasure of being asked to be the keynote speaker. And if you know anything about me, I am that trauma person. I'm that fitness person. I'm that person that's going to get you from good to great to amazing, right? But I can't do it alone. So today I've got some special guests for you that are going to be speakers at the event first, I just want to bring the first person in. Renee, can you bring Pastor Lucy in the building for me, please? Make some noise. Give it up.
Woo!
Good
Hey,
morning. Yay.
good morning.
Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing? How you
I'm
feeling?
good, but I'll be honest with you. I need some of that energy. Give me some. Give me some.
Girl. I'm just like, and can you believe no coffee, no nothing? I'm just high on
Yes,
life.
I love
That's all
it.
is. So I went to your page yesterday. So you are a coach, and I was looking some of the reviews you were getting, and I loved a post that you put on your Instagram, and you were saying how people feel so much more aligned with their life when they have a coach. How did you get into coaching? Did you always want to do this? Can you share that with us
Yeah.
really quick?
So for me, I started off as a mental health counselor, counseling youth. And so when I got into ministry, literally like full time, ministry, my lane, kind of shifted, and I realized that I was doing more of the counseling within ministry. However, after the pandemic, I kept having people come up to me and asking me about, coaching. And I looked into coaching, and at first I was really skeptical about it because I'm like, well, I'm already a counselor. I don't need no more school, right? I don't want no more school. Um, but what I did was I got a coach myself, and that kind of happened by accident. It wasn't something that I was looking for. Got a coach. It really transformed my life. I looked at life completely differently. And then I realized everyone needs a coach. And that's kind of how I got into the coaching space.
I love how you say everyone needs a coach. And if you think about the greats like Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, I'm even going to say Michael Jackson, everyone has some type of coach because you can't see all the
Right.
things, right? And I want to talk about community really quick. That is our word
Yeah.
of the year, right?
Mhm.
Community. I got it right. Yes, I love community. So I do the same thing with my personal life. I have to have a word for myself, a theme, a song, all that stuff. My word for myself this year is mindfulness. But when it comes to community, you have a group, your community, your collective called Chosen. I absolutely love the name. I haven't been able to find the show yet. Now, I was on Netflix and I was watching Chosen and I was like, this cannot be the show she was
It's
talking about. It's some other Chosen on Netflix. It was weird. It was
Yeah, we didn't get there yet. We're not the chosen yet on Netflix.
But anyway, can you tell us how you came about beginning Chosen, how it got started, what it's about? Because I'm sure there's women out there right now who are in the Tampa area who are looking for community, who are looking for love.
Right.
Can you and
Oh
you
yeah,
can share that
absolutely.
with
I'll
us?
I'll be honest and I'll say in the beginning, right? Like I didn't want anything to do with other women because I knew my experience where women are backstabbers, right? They're judgmental, and they talk behind your back. So, all that. And I was working with teen girls. That was my lane. That's what I really, enjoyed. And then I just felt this nudge, like I'm supposed to start connecting with women. And at the same time, my husband had just become the lead pastor at our church. And I remember fighting this nudge, like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I know a lot of it was fear, right? A lot of it was just fear. I didn't want to let my guard down. And just little by little. And really how it started was this lady at the church. She was so persistent. She wouldn't let me go. She kept inviting me to Zumba classes. And I kept saying, no, thank you. No, thank you. That's not my thing. That's not my thing. And finally, just to get her off my back, after like months, I went to a Zumba class and I loved it. And it wasn't so much that it was Zumba, it was the ladies in the room, the energy, it was all love. Then I just I kept going with her and kept loving it. And again, I felt the Lord telling me that I needed to start some type of women's community at the church. And so one of the things that I told him was, I'm not doing this alone. I've never done this. I don't want to do this alone. And let me tell you, like out of the blue, I just started getting ladies coming up to me one by one, right? Hey, if you ever do anything here at the church, like, I want to help you. I want to help you, start it. And at that point, I knew that was my confirmation. And that's pretty much how the women's ministry, Chosen Women's Ministry, got started at Crossover, going on 18 years.
Wow. Do you have any people that have been in it the whole time with you from the
Um,
beginning?
yes, there's one person. We have one person since the very beginning. So yeah.
That's gotta feel so great. Wow. And I get exactly what you're saying about women because I guess it was probably over a decade ago. Do you do vision boards or anything like that?
We've done the vision boarding. life mapping, some other things as well.
By different names to say it. So over a decade ago, this lady introduced me to her house. I never knew what a vision board was. And when I went to her house, she was a teacher and she had all these women at her house. And I was looking around. I was like, wow, I want friends. I want women friends. And on my vision board, I put like all these pictures of women or whatever. And that kind of inspired me to do it because like you said, sometimes women can just be catty, but that was great. Last question before we bring on our crew, because last night you were saying, why is this your first time doing it? By the way, if you're just tuning in, this is Pastor Lucy from Crossover Church in Florida. We are excited today. We are talking about an event that's happening this Saturday. It's a health and wellness summit for women. You can click the link on the bottom. Now, if you're a man and you're like, I want to go, you can't go, but you can sponsor a woman. So you can just click there, buy it, and let someone know. But can you tell me how you got on this health and wellness summit initiative? Is this your first time?
As a church, it's not our first time, and even within the women's ministry, it's not our first time either. They've kind of been more sporadic, and I just say one of the things I mentioned is just taking my own health and wellness more seriously as I'm getting gracefully older. Just really paying attention, right? That there's certain things that traditional, right? Medicine, doctors tell you that. I'm like, no, I believe that God designed our bodies to heal themselves. And I believe that there's things that we can do to take care of our bodies and that I don't have to wake up tired and that my joints don't have to wake up, sore every morning. And so I just started doing my own research. So it's been a journey, right? It's been years of really looking into what can I eat, right? What supplements can I take? Exercising has been a game changer, even though you kind of hear it and you know it. But I used to suffer with low back pain, like chronic low back pain all the time. My chiropractor kept telling me, like, Lucy, you need to exercise, you need to exercise, you need to exercise your core. And when I finally listened and started exercising, my low back pain went away. So it's been several different things that have happened in my life for me to realize, like, no, this is the real deal. And this is the only body that I have to do what God has called me to do. And so I want to do it at my best. And so I need to take care of myself.
I love that, how you said, this is our body, our temple. And if you're a woman and you are coming to the event, we want to have you invite a friend. But can you tell us the rundown of the event for those that are going and those that are going to come? And you definitely want to bring a yoga mat. I say dress comfy, but can you tell us the rundown of the day?
So we're going to start off, when you come to the church, we have a church lobby and we have some light snacks, refreshments in the morning for breakfast. Then we start with our keynote speaker, which happens to be our keynote right now. So we'll start with.
You said we have a Zumba person.
That's right. I do.
Denise,
I have a Zumba person. I think I saw her on here, which is Denise. So we'll start with a little movement, right, to get our body and our blood flowing. We'll go into the keynote, and then from there we're going to break out into 3 different sessions. You're going to hear from our speakers today as well. So there's 3 different tracks, and everyone gets to attend each 3. From there, we go into time of lunch, and it's going to be hype. I got a DJ there. We're going to do some giveaways, so there will be lunch. And then from lunch, we do our fitness segment. That's how we wrap it up, a fitness segment. And each fitness instructor has 20 minutes to teach us some moves, get our bodies stretching, but also relaxed as well and strengthened. So I love the whole combination. So that's why we're saying to dress comfortably and bring a yoga mat if you have one.
Yes, you have done an amazing job. Oh, Renee. Connection. Bring everyone in. Bring them in. Bring them out. Bring. Okay, yes, everyone's here. Hey, good morning, ladies. How you doing? How you feeling? Can you hear me? I can. Okay,
good morning,
yes. So we're going to get started. Yay! You guys look so beautiful. Thank you for rolling through. So I want to get started with Elizabeth because I didn't get to hear you yesterday, Elizabeth, and you're a wellness coach. So we're going to throw the microphone over to you. Tell us what you're going to be chatting about in your segment on Saturday and how people can contact you.
Absolutely. Good morning. I agree with everything that Lucy was saying. I recently turned 40 and my body was just like, what is going on? So I've been diving super deep into like premenopause and menopause and what do hormones mean. And the things that I have learned with something called cycle syncing is insane. So I wish I would have learned this stuff when I was 20 years old. And if anything, I'm like every woman that I meet, we have to have this conversation about the fact that our bodies in different time periods are going to react completely different. How we feed it, how we exercise, things like that, all of it is connected. So for example, like really quick, right? So a man, his cycle is a 24-hour cycle, kind of like the sun, right? The sun comes up and the sun goes down every single day, 24 hours. Us girls, our cycle is more like a moon. So we actually cycle 28 days. So our energy levels are completely different than a guy's. So a guy will go through like high energy and low energy in one day. Us, we'll have like a few days of high energy and then a few days of low energy. So super excited to be able to talk and teach about that because this is going to help women of all ages. And I'm all over social media as my coach Liz. I don't think we can hear you, Liz.
Thank you, thank you.
There
I
you
was
go.
muted. Yeah, sorry. Listening to you say this, it makes me feel like I can breathe. You know, I'm 52 now, so I'm just struggling with all the hormones and stuff. But I was watching a video that was talking about menopause, and I was like, wow. It said that there were 70 different symptoms that we as women go through that they don't even look at. But I was going to ask you, you mentioned the moon, I had that written down. But even with fasting, they were saying the way we eat, certain times of the month, we should be fasting, should not be fasting. Can you talk about that really quick? Because I know a lot of women, no matter how old they are, they want to look good, they want to feel good. They do this intermittent fasting. Would love your take on
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. So intermittent fasting is amazing for some people, not for everybody. Intermittent fasting is phenomenal for men. If men want to do it every single day, perfect. Their bodies are wired for it. But us girls, there's specific times in our cycle that it's okay for us to do it. It's not going to affect us. But there's other times that we need nourishment. We have to eat first thing in the morning. So fasting is actually doing the opposite of what we want it to do. The same thing with fitness. So there's times that our bodies are ready to do the HIIT cardio workouts and strength training and everything. And there's other times that is a perfect time in our cycle and to honor our hormones with doing things like Pilates or yoga or honestly just a walk because our bodies are just built different that way. So you can eat according to your cycle, you can eat in balance, you can work out in balance and still get results. And so I'll be talking about that this weekend because recently, like I said, right, so I'm premenopausal, I'm turning 41 here soon, and I've just lost 65 pounds. So I have so many things that I want to share with you guys because yes, we can have a day that our body requires a nap and now you can give yourself permission. Like I'm very much a type A, go, 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 busy all the time. But I've learned that I'm better in my productivity if I honor the days that I have to take care of myself and chill and have a self-care day and completely recharge. So I hope to give you guys a lot of freedom and knowing that for us to be multi-passionate and have all this energy a couple of days a month, just the same way that there's a couple of days a month that it is okay to go into a cocoon and watch something on Netflix. That's okay.
I love it. I believe someone's watching right now and they're saying, oh my gosh, I love what she's saying. I want more. Do you do one-on-one consultations or coaching? Do you do group coaching? If so, can you tell us a little bit about that and how someone who's watching this can
Yeah,
contact you?
absolutely. So like I said, I'm a wellness coach. I've been in the industry now for 15 years. You can find me all over social media as my coach Liz. So I do a few things like I've got monthly challenges that if you want to participate in that, you can win some prizes or I can do one-on-one coaching as well. And honestly, it's just all around nutrition. But I truly believe that nutrition or just health in general is a mind, body, and soul experience. And hormones are directly related to that. So I would sit down with you and figure out what are your macros, how much protein should you be eating for your body, how much fiber, how much fat, how much carbs, what type of supplements you might need, particularly in your situation. So yeah, definitely reach out. I'm super excited to be able to work with you. And we are doing something special for everyone that comes this Saturday to our event. There's a wellness evaluation that I do. It's usually about $100 value, and it's going to be completely free for everyone that comes to the workshops. I'm excited about this weekend.
Wow. Wow. Okay, we need you to say that again. Come closer to the camera because that was a good one. What are you giving us this weekend? Guys, check up, listen, because this Saturday, whoever's coming, this sounds good because I'm ready
so
for it.
this Saturday, whoever comes to the workshop is going to be receiving a free wellness evaluation. This is something that I do for customers. It's over $100 value, and you're going to be able to hear all of your numbers, everything where you are today, and how you can improve towards your goals.
Yes, yes. So I'm going to make sure I have everyone's email, website. So it will be in the description of this video. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe right now. Elizabeth, Liz, oh my gosh, girl, I'm so excited to meet you, to see you, to hug your neck, all the things. Congratulations on getting rid of that fat, transforming your life. Congratulations. Thank you so very much. Pastor Lucy, you have a question for her? Anything you want to pass off?
I'm just going to make sure that I'm in her workshop as well. So.
Girl, I got my notebook and pen ready for everyone here. I'm like, okay. And that's what, you guys know what? I don't know if this is true, but I think Pastor Lucy wants us around so she can like get all the goodies, right? Because I always say your vibe is your tribe. The people that you surround yourself with, that's what you're going to be like, right? All right, let's give it up for Steph. Steph was partying this morning. She called, well, we were text talking. And I don't know about you, but I got to have music in the morning, right? I've got my fun playlist. I got my peaceful playlist, and I'm going. Steph right here. Tell us a little bit about your girlfriend.
Yeah, we were messaging and you had the music on in the background. Yep. I had already done my workout and was in the shower and ready to go. So thank you for having me. And I'm super excited to be with all of you ladies. My purpose from the Lord is to empower other women. I love to empower women with other women, right? So this is going to be amazing. I've been in the health and fitness industry too for ever and ever and ever. I am an advanced gut health practitioner, holistic gut practitioner. I'm a certified macro and fasting coach as well. I've taught rhythmic spin for years. So like, this is definitely my passion. Yeah, like the good spin. I do worship rides, all the things. But anyways, I just am in a space right now where I've done so much healing. So I'll be 46 next month. And I help people through their, menopause journey, all of those things, help to ensure that same thing, like they're eating enough, they have the proper supplements, you know what I mean? But also, most importantly, I've survived a lot of trauma. I know you talk about that all the time. And so really helping ladies now understand, like our nervous system and what our nervous system is actually telling us, like with our cycle as well. But like we hold on to emotions and emotions can damage our soul, right? So allowing ourselves to really know what those triggers are and how we can pull ourselves out of those moments. But also like being in dorsal is what it's called, where you like literally you're like, I just can't go on. Like you have to listen to that. I used to be like, no, you got to push, you got to go. And that is so detrimental, right? I used to be that super strong woman that like, could make it through anything and no one ever checked on me. You know what I mean? And it's like, once I started healing from that and realizing like how much peace it is, like the Lord does not want women to be stressed out and fight or flight all of the time. So I'm going to be talking about that mostly, just about realizing triggers, and I'll be teaching women how to find glimmers right throughout their day and how to actually retrain your brain to work and coincide with what you're doing on all of the other fronts.
Wow, that sounds absolutely amazing. The thing that stuck out for me when you spoke was the gut health. I actually watched a video the other day. It was some doctor, I don't know what his name was. It was a long video, and he was talking about the gut health and the different foods and things that you think are healthy. For example, he was talking about tomatoes and lectins. And can you talk really quick about gut health, how important that is for us?
Yeah, so I actually order a lot of different kinds of testing for women because the gut, like 99% of all of our root issues are stemming from our gut. A lot of people are actually also eating very healthy, but if you're eating things that you're super sensitive or allergic to, like you think like, oh, an allergy would put me in the hospital, which is not true. Like you can have super high sensitivity trigger foods, right, that continue to cause inflammation. Inflammation turns into autoimmune, symptoms. So all of these things are super important to know because you'll go to the doctor and they'll be like, oh, let's do this test. Let's do this test. Let's try this medication. And it's like, no, if we can actually test your gut and figure out your hormone levels and all of those things, you know, then you don't have to go through years and years and years of going to the doctor and being like, what's wrong with me? We can like literally figure it out together. So I do a lot of different like detoxes and rebuilding of the gut, and figuring out what those sensitivity or trigger foods are, elimination diets, all of that. There's actually, I work a lot with kids with ADHD, sensory processing, kids that are on the spectrum, like emotional and behavioral needs, because that's the same thing. You know, people are like, oh, my kid is so bad. And I'm like, no, your kid is eating dyes and sugars. And you know what I mean? Like, Pastor Lucy knows I'm pretty like put the hammer down. I'm very upfront when it comes to that, especially with kids, just because they need advocates too. And a lot of times we're just doing our best and like running through life. But like, what we do now with our kids will affect their gut, will affect their future. And it's the habits that we do in our own home, you know, like they're going to do what they see. So I'm super passionate about all of that. Yeah.
Wow, wow, and wow. Someone's watching this and they're saying, girl, I need you. My gut is like messed up. How can they contact you? What do they do? And before you say that, in this video I was watching, it was saying how some people may say, for example, they've been eating cucumbers their whole life and now they're allergic to cucumbers. And they said it may not be the food, it may be the pesticides or what's being put on it.
Yeah. So this is, I mean, what I really love to talk about and how I get kicked off of Instagram easily is, you know, like they're poisoning us, you know, so I believe I spend a lot of money on supplements. I have my own business where I do sell supplements as well, because God did put plants on the earth to heal the body. Okay, not a bunch of synthetic stuff. And so like I work with all plant-based supplements, and you know, you think again you're doing the right thing, or people will say, well, I buy all organic, and I'm like, okay. And you know, you can buy the organic label, you can literally like have your little organic farm, but right next to you they're spraying pesticides, or right down the road, even 20 miles down the road, there's a plant excreting all of this pollution and chemical and everything. You know what I mean? Like even as far back as like the 1960s, the quality of the soil itself was like 40% nutrient dense. So imagine now where we have all of these, you know, terrible chemicals going through. The best bet would be like, in an ideal world, I would have a raised bed garden and I would cultivate my own soil with the worms, and you know what I mean? Like protect it from all of the harm of the world. Have chickens like Pastor Lucy does, you know, those kinds of things. Or if you can buy local is, you know, is possible, you know, doing that. But when you go to another country, like say you go to, you know, wherever, and you're at the resort and you're eating that fruit, like, I don't know about you, but I literally am like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like it is like literally night and day. And so we're just a little bit doomed here, unfortunately. So we've got to do everything we can.
I'm so there with you. I'm so there with you, girlfriend. If you're just tuning in, guys, these are the ladies of Crossover Church. We are having a health and wellness event this Saturday. It's from 9 to 3:30. Make sure you tap in and sign in. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel because this is a great video. I'm so excited. Steph, did you tell us how we can contact
Steph you? Miranda on Instagram, and I'm just Steph Miranda on Facebook. You can message me on either platform, and I'm super excited to see everybody that comes on Saturday. And thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so excited to be presenting with you all.
Yay! Yes, I cannot wait to connect with you guys after the event so we can do even more amazing things, because my whole thing is I think of myself as like a rock, and you know when you throw the rock in the water and it kind of has this ripple effect, the ripple effect to just change the world, and that's my goal right there. All right, guys, we're rocking and rolling. Somebody mute themselves. I think that was you, Steph. So up next, we have the massage nerd. I want to know how she came up with that name. I love it. Elise, girlfriend, looking so beautiful in that hot, it's not hot. What's that? Royal blue. You are royal. Talk to us, girlfriend.
Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for doing this, for being on, and just having the goal and the calling to collaborate with women and to do this for women. So thanks so much for having me.
Yes. Can you tell us what you do and what you're going to be sharing with us? The one takeaway you want people to get on Saturday.
Of course. So yes, Massage Nerd, that has come about from just being obsessed with the body, understanding and listening to these women. It's like, yes, this is what we all kind of have encompassing. And if you coach people, if you deal with people on a regular basis, people are hurting mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. And it all starts with our minds and our bodies. So Massage Nerd began from me watching my mother in pain. The doctor's appointment wasn't adding up. The prescription pills weren't helping. There wasn't actual solutions and action plans to follow for results. So once I had lost her to cancer, I got obsessed with understanding human biology. We are organic compounds, so we need organic things. But our mindset connects to our muscles, which connect to our nervous system. So the Massage Nerd comes about with the nerd is neuro, emotional, reprogramming disciplines. We have connected with Pastor Lucy with connection of the soul. So when you can regulate breath, when you can bring in peace to yourself on a soul level, that implements every part of our bodies. I was 230 pounds. I've lost over 100 pounds, all naturally, never have had any surgeries whatsoever. Had stage 3 cancer, had 5 generations of cancer in my family. They told me I'd be dead within 6 to 9 months. And I'm 8 years cancer free. They call it spontaneous remission. We call it God's healing miracles of food, nature, mind reprogramming, neuro reprogramming, and understanding that homeostasis is very real. So we just do things with the mind and the body and connect the bridge, the gap between conventional medicine and holistics, and just make it simple. So a takeaway will be you don't have to feel guilty for putting yourself first. You don't have to feel guilty for understanding that your cup must be filled for us to fill our children's and our husbands and the wives and everyone that comes into our life, because our innate nature is to heal and to help. But how can we do that if we're not feeling enough?
Wow, that was pretty full. I absolutely love that. So is it actual massages that you do in your business?
So there's a plethora. I personally do massages. We also have Massage Nerd curriculum that has been completely reprogrammed to enter into the field for therapists, and we're actually producing it for practitioners and individuals now. We also do rehabilitative exercises. We send out for blood labs, for blood microscopy, for those action plans as well. So I'd love to connect with you ladies to see what you have going on. I absolutely love people that do one-on-one coachings. But we also do telehealth as well. So I do a lot of coaching through massage. We're educated on how to help people find their way.
I love that. I teach fitness classes. I pretty much teach everything except for Zumba. And the other day, I'm doing 75 hard. If anyone here knows anything about 75, it's hard. And Saturday, when I was teaching class, I was like, usually I go super hard on Saturdays. I was like, guys, today is soft Saturday. Okay. So we did all stretching. And I was standing there and I was like, okay, guys, we're going to stretch our neck right here. And then after class, I was doing all these stretches, just what I naturally do. And this one lady, she was like, Tina, that's stretching the vagus nerve and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, can you share with us right now one stretch or exercise we can do that can just make us all feel at peace?
All right. So we're going to do 2 breaths, but we're going to add some humming. Okay. So the hum is a vagal down regulator. And just like all the other ladies said, we are living in a constant upregulation. So breathe in with me. We're going to breathe in through the nose 1 time. And then 2 quick. We're going to do 2 more times just to get acclimated. Breathe it in. Now we're going to add the other 2. We're going to get those hums on the background. Yeah, you feel those frequencies already, right? Let's breathe it in, ladies. And you shake it it off. And you change your energy, you change your frequency, and you change your
That's
life.
good. That's good.
Right? I felt that one. I think I'm gonna have to borrow that for Saturday. I'm from Jersey, and they say, I talk fast, and everyone's like, Tina, slow down, Tina, slow down. And I'm like, in my mind, it feels like I'm going slow motion. But you're like that too, just gonna slow down. All righty, guys, we're gonna get out of here. But before we get out of here, I want everyone to give us a final closing thought. Again, if you're just tuning in, these are the ladies of Crossover Church. This Saturday, we're having a health and wellness summit. You can click the link on the bottom, purchase your tickets. It's only $30. You're getting a plethora of things. Every single coach on here is giving out something free. So you're investing $30 into your health and wellness, but you're getting so much more because each coach is going to be giving you an abundance of things. So we will start with we'll start with Elise, Steph, Elizabeth, Pastor Lucy, then myself. Give us a quick little outro. What you want to leave us with? Go.
Understand that we are organic compounds. Things are much simpler than we've been led to believe. Know and trust every single day who you are, whose you are, and in the direction that you're working. The only one that matters is the one above. And as long as you're aligned with that, with everything that you do, everything always aligns. So thank you. We'd love to see you on Saturday. Can't wait to meet you, impact you, and grow with you.
Yay. Thank you. Steph,
All
you're
right.
up.
Well, also that breathing with the double is everything. I sit in traffic a lot for my real job. So I'll be doing that today. But also, yeah, he restores my soul, right? Healing our mind, body, and spirit, and getting around other women, right? I loved how Pastor Lucy at first was like, no, women are, whatever. But yeah, some women are like that, but we can create the difference. All right. So getting together with other women is super duper powerful. You're seeing it, you're feeling it. I love too when you were like, I don't know what it is. It's that energy at Crossover Church. It's the Holy Spirit, y'all. So you're going to feel it when you walk in there. Also come and visit us on the Sunday, hear that worship. Like it will change your life at the same time. So yeah, can't wait to see you all.
Yes, love it. Talking about Sunday, I am so excited. One second, girlfriend. I am so excited. Can I say so excited about Sunday? But Myron Goldman is going to be there. I'm telling you, I'm staying seated. I am not leaving my seat. I'm going to have my snacks. Can we eat in the church? Is it okay? Because I'm not leaving. I'm staying for all the services. I'm not leaving. I'm going to be right there. I'm like his biggest fan. But anyway, I'm sorry. All right. Go ahead.
Canton Jones is dope too, right? Canton's leading worship. It's over. Forget it.
Wow. You better come early, guys. Like it's going to be too good. Anyway, you're up next.
Yeah, guys. So listen, it's honoring our bodies is a way of honoring our temple. It is a form of worship. And so eating is with gratitude, choosing wholesome foods like all of these amazing ladies have been talking about, practicing self-control. Honoring our body is honoring God. And so I want to be able to talk to you and teach you how we can do that and how we can worship with our faith and taking care of ourselves. And one of the smallest little things I want to share with you, those crazy PMS pains and the mood swings and the cramps, that's not normal, okay? Extremes are not normal. If you're feeling all of those things, it's because your hormones are out of whack, okay? So the crazy hot flashes, not being able to sleep at night, that's just showing you that we have to control our hormones, and we can fix that with nutrition. So very excited about this weekend and learning from all of my girlfriends here.
Yay! You're up, Pastor Lucy.
First of all, thank you so much, Tina. Thank you, ladies. This has been amazing. This has been great. I'm excited for Saturday. And I'll just close with this, right? As a leader, right? Leaders are learners, and we have to keep learning. All of us, whether or not you have a leadership platform, you are leading your body. And so we have to invest in our bodies, and we have to change our mindset that life is supposed to be easy, right? That everything's supposed to be easy. Easy doesn't bring change. Easy doesn't bring growth in our lives. And so we have to constantly be learning, have an open mind, and just be able to study your body, study your mind, and study your soul.
I can't top that. We're out of here, guys. Again, if you're just tuning in, subscribe to the YouTube channel, click the link in the bottom. Even if you're not in Florida, Watch us Sunday services are always amazing. And I love you. Peace and a bottle of hair grease.